Komodo dragons are the world's largest living lizards, and they have some fascinating skills and characteristics that might pique your interest. However, for your own protection, it's best to learn about them from videos rather than seeing them in person. If you have never seen a Komodo attack its prey, you're in for something different, trust me. It's not pretty, so I'm warning you. But if you like gore, then you're at the right place as we count down 11 times the Komodo dragon went on the attack. Number 11. Komodo versus deer. The Komodo dragon is a beast, and it has absolutely no empathy for its prey. This monster hunts and eats its prey alive, just like in this video. Not only is the Komodo eating this deer alive, but the deer is pregnant, and the Komodo is going to eat the fetus as well. This is not a sight for the faint of heart. It reminds me of the gore movies of the 80s. I can't believe the deer is still alive after the Komodo has pulled out most of its insides. This is the grossest thing I have ever seen. A few more Komodos join the feast. The Komodo just bites into its victims, tearing pieces of flesh at a time, while the victim sits there enduring the pain. There must be a better way. What a cruel animal this is. These dragons are trying to get to this deer in the water, but the deer knows better and stays away from them. It's only a matter of time before the reptiles get what they're looking for. On the coast of Komodo Island, a deer with a wounded left leg was soaking in seawater when a Komodo dragon attacked and dragged it onto the beach to share it with its friends. In a full sprint, a Komodo dragon may reach speeds of up to 12 miles per hour. The average human sprints at 15 miles per hour, so that gives you a fairly good idea of how fast a Komodo is. Let's check out what this Komodo can do after it sees a few deer in the forest. He is a hungry fella and it's time for lunch, so he takes off and begins his chase. But the deer scramble and take off. You can see how fast the dragon is and eventually catches up to this deer. These dragons are the worst killers I've ever seen. Number 10. Komodo versus buffalo. Komodo dragons dominate the habitats in which they reside due to their size. They are carnivores, and even though they are thought to be feed largely on carrion, they also attack live victims by ambushing them. They're sneaky that way. This video is not for the faint of heart. Once again, the mighty Komodo is at it, but this time it's a buffalo calf that's on the menu, and the dragon is enjoying its meal in front of the calf's friend. These Komodo dragons are tearing to pieces this young calf and eating it alive. The mother of the calf is helpless and just watches his calf being served for lunch. This baby buffalo is taking a beating with its mother watching. What is it with these buffalo moms not trying to save their young? Another animal would fiercely fight the Komodo if its babies were threatened, even if it meant death. Komodos are so powerful, and when they target a prey, like this young buffalo, there's no getting out for the victim. I guess it can only hope for a quick death, although it looks more like a slow one. Number 9. Komodo versus monkey. Monkeys don't have much of a chance against the Komodo once they have been caught. This monkey is being dragged by the mighty dragon to be shared with a friend, and the two decide to play tug of war with the small primate. I guess the monkey must abide by the rules. This monkey tries to escape from a dragon by jumping on a fence, but the dragon grabs its legs and pulls it down, and it's all over for the little one. All the other Komodos join in on the feast. The poor monkey is dismembered alive by the fearsome reptiles. This monkey is swallowed by this Komodo. At least it didn't have to endure the suffering of being torn to pieces. What surprises me is that monkeys are fast, but the Komodo seems to be faster because they are catching a lot of these monkeys. Here is another little monkey that ends up in Komodo's mouth and is swallowed alive. Once the Komodo has caught a monkey, there is no escaping, no matter how hard it tries. How the Komodo swallows the monkey is beyond belief. It leaves me with no words. That's their favorite way to eat monkeys. No biting or chewing, just swallowing. Number 8. Komodo versus wild boar. This small wild boar is being eaten alive by these Komodos. And just when it looks like its fate is sealed, the piglet runs away with almost half of its body missing. But at least it escapes the vicious reptiles. I honestly don't know how that little guy managed to escape the grip of these crazy dragons. I mean, it was in the dragon's mouth, and the dragon was ripping pieces of its body out, but it still managed to escape. This wild boar is not as lucky as the previous one and gets swallowed in one sitting by the powerful lizard. The wild boars the Komodos hunt are relatively small. I guess it's because the dragons find it practical to slow their prey instead of having to chew right through them. It takes a lot less effort to just swallow them. The Komodos like to hide behind bushes to ambush their prey. Sometimes they fall, but if they just get one bite in there, the animal will eventually die because of infection and blood loss. Then, when the Komodo finds the dead animal, it will eat it. Number 7. Komodo versus Komodo. We have seen many animals unable to defend themselves against the mighty Komodo dragon. So perhaps the only animal capable of doing so is the Komodo dragon itself. Komodo dragons fight each other for 3 reasons: to defend their territory, to guard their nests, and to compete for mates. Komodo dragons are solitary creatures who fiercely guard their hunting grounds. Finally, female Komodo dragons guard their nest ferociously and keep predators away from their eggs. Watch these 2 Komodos charge into one another like 2 experienced sumo wrestlers. These guys are not kidding around. Another good thing for the Komodo is its immunity to another Komodo's venom, so at least that's out of the way. I'm sure if Komodos didn't have any venom, many of the animals they hunt would be able to get away. But once they bite, the animal will die because of the venom if it's not swallowed by the reptile first. You can see these 2 huge male Komodos fight it out, spitting goo out of their mouths as they hug each other standing up. The sheer scaly bulk of these 2 90-kilogram beasts is enough to make you never want to meet one in a dark alley. These fights are over the top nuts. Finally, this Komodo looks like it's picked on more than it can chew as it challenges 4 dragons in a fight. It's locked in with only at the moments, but the others are roaming around, waiting for an opportunity moment to strike. Number 6. Komodo versus goats. Our thumbnail shows the mighty Komodo dragon hold a goat in its mouth. Trust me, the thumbnail is much prettier than what happened to the goat. The goat did not escape, and its fate was sealed the moment the lizard had a grip on it. Because of its breathtaking splendor, Komodo National Park attracts many people. There is a natural beauty that can be observed from the top of hills and mountains to the stretch of beach that spoils the visitor's eyes, in addition to the magnificent beauty of its underwater nature. The Komodo dragon resides there, and it lives in a unique way compared to other predators. They are a one-of-a-kind in every manner. From the way they hunt, to the bacteria they use to kill their target, to the way they eat it. There are enough animals in this park to keep the dragon's food supply plentiful for a long time. This dragon has the pick of the litter when it sees all these goats fraternizing on the slope. But when it charges through the bunch, all the goats are able to run away unscathed. This goat wasn't as lucky, and half of its body is missing. I guess the Komodo was hungry. The Komodo is not a difficult eater, and it will also eat carrion if need be. So when this Komodo comes across a dead goat, it will eventually eat it. Finally, this baby goat met its final destiny at the mouth of the Komodo, and the Komodo is enjoying its breakfast. Number 5. Komodo versus rabbits. We've seen the Komodo dragon hunt and eat some large prey. So what happens when it finds a bunny rabbits? Well, I think rabbits are like the bag of chips you find at the pantry after a meal. It's just a little extra to fill your tummy. Rabbits are small, and all it takes is one gulp by the Komodo for the rabbit to disappear into its stomach. The only chance a rabbit has of not being eaten by a Komodo is its speed. But Komodos are good at ambushing prey. So if the rabbit is not aware of the Komodo's presence, guess what happens? It gets swallowed up like a Hostess Twinkie. The Komodo doesn't discriminate. Whether it's a fluffy rabbit or a fluffy squirrel like in this clip, it will eat it. Fur or no fur, nothing stops the Komodo from feeding itself. And this squirrel is finding out all about it. Number 4. Komodo versus chicken. Chickens are feisty little animals, and I have seen chickens battle it out with snakes and other animals fearlessly. However, what can a chick hope for when it's confronted to a determined predator like the Komodo dragon? It will either be turned into chicken parmesan or a chicken barbecue in the grill. Whatever it is, it can only hope for a quick death like the chicken in this video, swallowed instantly by this dragon. I mean, what else can a chicken do? It can't outrun the dragon and surely can't outfight it. So besides a few Hail Marys and a couple of Our Fathers, the chicken is doomed. Another chicken bites the dust in this video, and this one was gulped so fast by the lizard that I barely saw it happen. I feel sorry for these chickens. The fight is over even before it begins. This is so unfair. Our next video seems to be taking place in a zoo, and I say this is because this guy actually feeds the Komodo a live chicken. I'm wondering though, if the Komodo has no problem eating carrion, why didn't they just give this dragon a dead chicken and spare the chicken a painful death? Finally, at another zoo, this Komodo eats this chicken by swallowing it whole and alive. Number 3. Komodo versus human. Humans have been known to be attacked, killed, and eaten by Komodo dragons. They ambush unsuspecting humans, tear them apart with their blade-like fangs as they speed at close to 20 miles per hour. However, Komodo dragons aren't particularly fond of humans. Since the 1970s, dragons have killed roughly 10 humans, or less than 1 every decade. In comparison, Crocodiles, the most prolific of all man-eaters, murder around 1,000 people every year. Most of these people, perhaps over 700, are killed by Nile crocodiles in Africa. In other words, since 1970, Nile crocodiles have shed more human blood each week than Komodo dragons. In this video, Steve Blackshaw and his crew are being chased by a group of ravenous Komodo dragons, and Steve is amazed by the change in the demeanor of the dragons as soon as they smell fresh meat. When these reptiles smell fresh meat, they become Mr. Hyde. The advantage humans have over any other animal when defending themselves against the Komodo dragon is the use of weapons. These guys are holding pointy tree branches right in front of the reptiles' faces, and the reptiles are not charging them. Any other animal can't do this. Even if a lion would attack a Komodo, once the Komodo delivers its venom, the lion would end up the same way as other, more feeble prey. Steve Irwin was known for taking immense risks, and in this video, you can see him lying on the ground with the few Komodos walking up to him. I mean, how crazy is that? I wonder why the Komodos don't attack him. I guess they know he's Steve Irwin. In the USA, there is a show called American Gladiators, where some athletic men and women competed in different events. But in Japan, they have a show where people must outrun a Komodo dragon, chasing him as you can see in this video. They just don't know what else to invent for TV anymore. How crazy are people? Number 2. Komodo versus turtle. This is the weirdest Komodo dragon I have ever seen. Check out its head. It looks like it has a protective shell on it. Oh no, wait. It's the shell of a turtle. And the Komodo's probably inside the shell, tearing the poor turtle to shreds. How in God's name did the Komodo manage to get inside the turtle's shell and lift it up that way? The Komodo's just digging inside the turtle's shell for its tender meat. So I'm thinking there isn't much of the turtle left in there. Once a Komodo has turned a turtle over, it becomes child's play for the Komodo to finish the turtle off. It's not even challenging for the reptilian beast anymore. The dragon will also eat the eggs of a turtle. They're just eating machines that will devour anything they can find. What is surprising is that these people are on the beach watching these Komodos eating this turtle as if they're tiny geckos eating an insect. Aren't they worried the Komodos will run after them once they're done eating? I mean, Komodos run as fast as most humans, so what are they doing just standing there? People just like looking for trouble. Number 1. Komodo versus mice and friends. We all know lizards love to eat mice, but a Komodo dragon is no ordinary lizard. And how could such a tiny mouse fill up such a huge reptile's tummy? Well, I guess it doesn't matter, because this Komodo heads straight for these 3 mice and eats them all. It's almost as if the dragon found a box of Cracker Jacks and it's looking for the little prize at the bottom of the box. Young Komodo dragons usually feed on smaller prey such as insects, mice, and small lizards. And in this video, this youngster kills what seems to be a mouse, but it's actually quite large, so it may even be a rat. It doesn't really make a difference to the dragon. Food is food, and it will eat it no matter what. This Komodo takes only a few seconds to swallow this mouse. How filling can such a small rodent be for such a huge reptile? In our next video, this king cobra thinks it has found a nice meal, but it has no clue it's a Komodo. The Komodo gives it a nice slap in the face before biting and killing it. Finally, this Komodo finds a cat in the backyard, and the giant lizard doesn't think twice before taking a shot at the small feline, giving it no chance. The cat is toast, and the lizard is happy. I honestly have to say that the Komodo dragon is a terrifying animal, and the way it just eats its prey alive leaves me without words. It's just disgusting. It's extremely difficult to have a favorite in this countdown, but if I must choose, I'd say the mice because they were already dead. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 11 times the Komodo dragon went on the attack. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.